Get started with our session today. There's just a few confidentiality limits that I need to make you aware of. First and foremost, if you notify me of any child abuse, elder abuse, or like abuse of a vulnerable adult, I do have to report that, as well as any plans to harm yourself or others. And then the other thing is that I'm a supervisee under the supervision of my professor, and so she may be recording or watching this recording to ensure that everything is in place. So knowing these limitations, are you still okay to proceed?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll cut it out. I'll cut this part out. Okay, so then tell me what brings you here today.
I've just been having some trouble at work, and some of my coworkers are not respecting my authority. And not that I necessarily want to use that against them, because we are friends outside of work as well.
Yeah.
But I feel like they take advantage of the fact that I don't like confronting them about the things they do wrong at work. And they kind of use that to their advantage to not do their entire jobs and do them correctly. And I have one coworker in specific who she has a girlfriend, and I've never been like unsupportive of that. We've hung out outside of work and it's all been fine, and she knows that I'm supportive of that kind of thing. But the times that I've like tried to confront her about her not doing parts of her job correctly, she's tries to draw it back to homophobia for some reason. And trying to navigate that while still improving her job performance is a little bit of a tricky minefield.
Yeah. And how long have you worked with her?
She's been at the company for about a year. I've been there about 8 months longer than her. So
Okay.
I have a decent amount more experience for the field, but she leaves out the little things like cleaning the glass display cases. They're just always covered in fingerprints, and like everything's just very untidy whenever she closes the store that we work at. And whenever I try to talk to her about it, she says sorry and that she'll change things, but she never really focuses on it more, and it makes it difficult to have a personal relationship with her. So I think that is just starting to affect me more than I would like to admit. And I don't want her to think that I'm a bad friend or being unsupportive of her personal relationships, because I'm trying to make sure she doesn't get in more trouble at work. Because for right now, when she's doing things wrong, it's just my job to talk to her about it.
Right.
But if she doesn't improve on them, then my psychotic narcissist boss will talk to her about it, and that will be a much less enjoyable conversation that I would like her to avoid, since she's my friend.
Yeah.
I don't want her to have to deal with that.
So it sounds kind of like you're just having a hard time like being her manager and her friend at the same time, but also like when you are asking for like improvement from her, that like she's kind of connecting that back to like you not supporting her sexuality and things like that.
Yeah, and it's like, it's always very obviously a stretch, because that has nothing to do with wiping down the glass at night.
Right.
It's unrelated.
Yeah.
But she'll like, one of the excuses that she's used is that like she doesn't really know how to clean because her girlfriend does all the cleaning. And like, if I have a negative reaction to that, like one time she's tried to say something like that and I rolled my eyes, and she thought that I was rolling my eyes about the girlfriend part, not the wiping down the glass part. So I feel like she kind of takes advantage of that and tries to use it against me when that's not what's happening.
Have you ever like expressed your support of like the LGBTQ community to her?
I've tried, and she knows that I'm bi, so she should be aware that I've never been unsupportive of that. But I'm not sure. It feels like she's just trying to use it as a way to not get in trouble, which is unfair to the people who are actually... It's unfair to the people like me who are not prejudiced against that kind of thing, when you're acting like I'm being homophobic, when that has nothing to do with the situation that I have a problem with. Like, you can be not good at your job and gay, and those are two separate things. They're unrelated.
So it sounds like it's just like hard to like have that like manager kind of like authority over her. Is that right? Yeah,
like it's my job to correct it when she's doing poorly, but she doesn't see she doesn't understand when it's coming from a manager point of view as opposed to like a friend point of view.
Yeah.
And if we were on the same level and I was just like, hey girl, you can't do your job like that, it's
Right.
easier to explain why she would just be like, yeah, whatever, and brush it off.
Yeah.
But like, she's supposed to listen to me, and it's really hard to make it seem to my bosses like I'm doing my job correctly when I
Yeah.
can't get people to listen to me.
Yeah. And
So
like working, I'm sure already has its challenges. Being a manager has its challenges. So I'm sure
yeah,
that just
it
kind of
adds to the stress.
Right.
Yeah.
How long have you been friends with her for? Was it before the job or just like within the job?
No, we met at work.
Okay.
So
Okay.
yeah, whenever she started is when we met. But
Yeah. Yeah. And do you guys like hang out outside of work or
yeah, we hang out
Okay.
every now and then. Not super often, but it feels like every time that she goes through phases of like not doing things correctly at work, then we kind of stop hanging out because there's more
Right.
tension in the
that makes
relationship.
sense. Yeah.
But
And have you had any conversations with her just about how you're feeling?
I've tried to, but it doesn't feel like it really goes anywhere. I
Yeah.
just don't know if it's best to like stop having a personal relationship with her
Yeah.
or how to go about that, because I also worry if I just like stop talking to her, then she's gonna get pissed and be petty or
Right.
do something like that. So
Yeah. So maybe in our next session then we can talk about some alternatives, like some conversations that could be had about boundaries, or maybe like what a friendship and working relationship looks like her moving forward. But just to kind of summarize this session, it sounds like you're just kind of having a hard time with that like work dynamic because you are friends with a lot of the employees that you manage, and just trying to figure out how to like maintain both relationships. Is there anything that I missed?
no, I think that kind of explains it all.
Okay, so we'll just go from there next time if that sounds okay.
Yep, sounds good.